you hear me?
Hello, Tom. Yeah. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
great. Sorry, the signal might cut a little bit just because I'm in the studio and the Wi-Fi's a bit
no, that's
bananas.
good. It's good. How are you?
Good. I'm very well, thanks. How are you, Tom? Nice to
I'm
see you.
good. I'm recording, so I hope that's okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. All good. I like
Yeah.
your hair.
What?
I like your hair.
Oh, thank you. It's just, I like your hair.
Ah, thanks.
I kind of,
Thank you.
I had it blue during lockdown, and I sort of missed that.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
I'm not allowed to do it anymore because apparently it made my face look weird.
Maybe next lockdown. No, I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah. Maybe one. um, and where are you? In which studio are you in?
Currently in Gorble Sound.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
worked
yeah.
there. Welcome to Playtime Interval Interview Playtime Podcast.
Oh, thanks very much for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
I'm excited.
Um, you've been on Playtime twice before, I think.
Twice, yeah.
Once online with Liam, and once
Yeah.
at the outhouse.
Yeah, like a year, just almost 2 years ago, that would have been the Outhouse one.
And
Yeah.
your career seems to be going super well.
It's been very exciting over the past like couple of years. Yeah, I've been playing with a band called Kokoroko, and yeah, it's kind of like taken off and allowed me to go to some really amazing places, meet some really amazing people. Yeah, play some amazing gigs and festivals. So,
So, what's the
but
most
yeah, it's
exciting?
nice to.
What's the most exciting gig you've done in the last couple of years in terms of like just the one you look and go, wow?
Um, the most, I would say, uh, playing in Mexico,
Mexico.
Baidora. Yeah, playing in the Baidora Jazz Festival. Um, I think just the whole experience was quite wild. Just the like culture shock, the vastness of Mexico, the driving is crazy. Not knowing if I'm going to make it to the gig or not because like motorbikes swerving in and out. Um, and yeah, like the festival was just amazing. The music was great. Saw like Hiatus Coyote, one of my favorite
Who?
bands. Hiatus Coyote, they're an Australian band.
Okay. How do you spell that?
Hiatusus,
Oh,
Kaiyote, like the animal. Coyote.
okay.
Well, you don't spell it the same, but
Cool.
but yeah, just amazing vibes.
And which band were you playing with in Mexico?
Uh, that was with Kokoroko. Yeah, that's a London-based like jazz Afro-beat band. Um, yeah, the one that I've been playing with quite a
Yeah.
lot these days.
And are you still based in Glasgow?
Yes, currently, I mean, people think I've made the move down to London. It's not happened yet. It is going to happen, but for now, Glasgow's the homeland. I mean, it's always the homeland, but do you know what I mean? I'm thriving here. But yeah, I'm just traveling up and down quite a lot. A lot of glitch stuff, glitch 41. It's a night that I like co-run with Liam Shortall and Matisse Sobieski in the south side at the Rum Shack. So we do a monthly night there. So I'm usually always up for that if I can be. Some of my own project stuff as well under New Vision is in the works. And yeah, just different bits and bobs. So I'm kind of a bit of like a yo-yo up and down at the moment. Um,
And are you
yeah,
mostly playing trombone, or how much singing are you doing?
it's kind of like a pretty equal mix of both, I'd say, at this moment. I think I've sort of been trying to like develop uh, singing and playing in like a lot of the gigs I've been playing or a lot of the music I've been writing as well. So I'm really trying to sort of incorporate those two things. I don't know, so they complement each other. Say I'm practicing something on trombone, and I'll try and practice that on voice as well. And sort of just build that into the thing, whatever the thing is. And I've also been like experimenting with pedals through trombone as well. So kind of delving into a little bit more of like electronic, but like jazz, sort of like underground.
Who are your trombone
vibe?
Who are your trombone heroes?
Good question. I feel like this one always changes and kind of like this quite a constant rotation, but I'll say like Shannon Barnett, German-based from Elliot Mason, one of the kings of the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra, just incredible. Vincent Gardner, he also plays the Jazz at Lincoln Center. So these are all sort of like more modern trombonists that I like. I would say like I listen to sort of regularly. And then Andre Hayward, he's like a Texas-based trombonist, super soulful, sweet, very like gospel chops kind of vibe. But he's just so soulful. Like you just hear something, you're like, oh wow, that is just so sweet.
What about trombone and electronics? Is there anybody doing stuff that you like?
In terms of electronic, I know Rosie Turton down south in London. She's kind of like gone into the world of using like a hefty pedal setup. And I know she's got her own project, sort of like primarily focused on those kind of pedals, sort of like electronic sound. I think more like improvised. I wouldn't say like free necessarily, but they're just very open sort of soundscape vibes, which is amazing. And it's just such a massive world. Like, I don't know, building electronics into like a fully acoustic sound, you know what I mean? Lots of parts, physically, mentally, to connect.
Have you listened to Albert Mangelsdorfer?
Albert Mangelsdorfer?
Yeah.
I've not, no.
I think it's Albert Mangelsdorfer or Albert Mangelsdorf.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
He's like a sort of kind of free, very creative trombonist.
Okay.
From the sort of 80s, 70s, 80s. And the other guy that I was wondering if you listened to was Christian Muthspiel.
Muthspiel, no.
He's an Austrian guy.
Ah, okay.
And I think he used...
How do you spell Muthspiel?
Muthspiel. And he was doing some stuff electronics that was cool. He was on a couple of festivals I was on about 8 years ago or something like that. When I used to do festivals.
Oh, love. I know also Chris Greaves got an amazing pedal setup as well.
Who?
I've heard him in this trio. Chris Greaves?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's amazing, yeah.
Sweet setup. Yeah. But yeah, it's just such a vast world, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's like the whole drum setup with a guy I saw with like setting up pedals to his drums recently.
Well, I sort of explored it for a while. And I had a couple of gigs where I had a couple of gigs where I actually got it all working and was really creative, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I was really into looping and slowing down
around
in drums,
sweet.
and I really liked in Ableton kind of the sound you could get. But there was for the one or two gigs where everything worked and I really enjoyed it. There were about 10 gigs where I got totally stressed out. I couldn't get it to work, and it was
that's
a nightmare.
how it always goes, isn't it?
So I think for me, I never quite got over that hurdle of. There's also you got to take so much gear as a drummer anyway. It's all this extra gear to take, and I kind of got to the point where I had some experiences where I thought, this is just a nightmare, and it's always extra work and gear, and then I can't get it to work at the last minute, and it stresses me out.
Mm.
But I will try again.
Yeah.
I will try again.
Try again. There's always time.
Okay, I've got so first question is alternate careers. If you weren't a jazz musician, what would you do? If it doesn't work out, what are you going to do?
Good question. Well, some people might know or might not know, but I'm also a trained barber as well.
No.
Yeah.
Like Phil O'Malley.
So yeah, like Phil O'Malley, pretty much. Yeah, like after like last year at RCS, well, basically during lockdown I had been cutting like lots of my friends' hair, and I think I developed a bit of I wouldn't even say it was a skill. It was kind of maybe everyone was skin and could go with like, do you know what I mean, a budget haircut, but I didn't even charge them. It was just get me a coffee or, do you know what I mean, buy me a pint when the time comes. So yeah, basically I sort of developed that practice and then got better, and basically just went to train as a barber for a year. Wow. I'm kind of in retirement now, although if people are desperate, well, semi-retirement. Yeah. Although if people are desperate and they come to me, you know, like crying or, you know what I mean, having an existential crisis, I'll cut hair again.
I'm having a hair emergency.
I cut my own hair as well, so.
Wow. Fantastic.
So yeah, be a barber.
So that's, you've got all lined up, the alternate career.
Got it all lined up. Got a future idea materialize.
And
do
you have a sense
jazz,
of like
barbering?
Do you have a sense of, you know, like, because it seems to me this will sound like I'm kind of kissing your ass, but it seems to me you're so talented in the different ways that you're talented, and the combination of things you've got going on is that, you know, I could imagine you like really becoming famous, like really famous as a jazz musician and a singer. And do you have a sort of sense of that and a vision of yourself being somewhere else in the future and making your own records, or what? Have you got a sort of sense of that, or are you just going to see where you go?
I mean, I guess there's only so much you can like plan ahead for because things constantly change. But yeah, no, I've got plans for my own group, New Vision. We're going to be hopefully recording an EP this year. Hopefully, will come out at sometime at the end of this year. Yeah, and then be like working more with Kokoroko. Sort of, it's kind of thing for me right now is trying to find the balance between like being part of like a quite already successful band and then focusing on my own personal career and my own music and writing, and try not to fall off of that train. Yeah, and just kind of like always be occupied, always try to be inspired, go to gigs, play with different people, write with different people.
Are you bringing some of your own tunes to Playtime?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I love the stuff you brought last time, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what you're writing these days.
Sweet. Yeah. It'll be good. I'm excited as well. Play with you legends. It's been a while.
Right, I've got one more question. Well, it's not a question. It's a test. Okay.
Okay. So I'm not very good at tests. Is it problem solving?
No, it's about creativity.
Okay. Great.
It's called. Okay. It's a new segment in the podcast called "Jazz." Do jazz musicians have creative brains? Okay. And you're the second person to do it. And
right. Okay.
There's 3 options you can choose. The first one is called Scat Tennis, where I scat something, you scat something, and we exchange scat singing kind of little things.
Like a conversation.
Just for like 45 seconds or something like that.
Okay.
That's option number 1. Option number 2 is a free association test. And I read out a series of random words, and you just say what comes into your brain. And I'm going to put some sort of scientific music underneath it, so it feels like a scientific test.
Right.
And the third option is
So,
you
like,
just tell me to go
David
fuck
Attenborough.
myself. Or
Okay.
however you want to phrase it.
I don't think I want to go with option 3 because I like Jim with friends.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to go with option 2. It sounds frantic, and I kind of like that.
The free association test.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, do jazz musicians have creative minds? Episode 2. Start the music. I'll put the music in later, but start the music.
And wait, how many words am I allowed to say?
You can say whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 9 words, and you just react.
Okay? Right. Okay. Great. Let's go.
Okay. Start the music. Here we go. Celery.
Green. Crunch. Moist.
Cardboard.
Brittle. Brown. Bendy. Wendy. Boring.
Upside down.
Downside up.
Later.
In future. In the past.
Red.
Yellow. Orange. Blue. Green. Primary colors.
Elbow.
Legs.
Legs. I'm just repeating what you said. I'm not saying a new word. Okay.
Feet. Arms.
Exercise.
Exercise the mind. Bikes. Running.
You've passed the test. The test is finished.
Well, hard test. Didn't really know what direction to go in.
Pardon?
I didn't really know what direction to go in.
Well, I thought it was good. I thought you clearly...
Amazing.
Your brain is just like pouring out stuff.
Creative.
And that's what the test is designed to test.
Oh, amazing. Thanks.
Okay, so I know you've kind of got to go. So thank you so much for coming on. It's really lovely to speak to you again. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next couple of weeks. And yeah.
Sweet. Yes, me too. I'm excited. I'm excited to see you. I'm excited to play.
Good.
Yep.
All right.
Best.
Thank you.
Have a good one, Tom.
Bye.